I know what I told you, but now I'm telling you we're facing a new strain. It spreads like the flu.
Impossible.
Fine. Go to the hospital, check it yourself. Go without a mask, you'll see more clearly. You got 19 dead, you got hundreds more infected, and it's spreading like a brush fire. You got to isolate the sick, and I mean really isolate them, Billy. We got to get everybody else back into the houses. We got to keep them there.
We're doing that, Sam.
No, we're not doing it because I just drove through 100 people.
And none of them were wearing masks. Welcome back to Nothing Alive. I'm Jake Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker. And they must not have been in California.
Yep, because they have to wear masks now. You have to wear masks everywhere in California.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but...
Right here. We're not wearing masks, but that's okay.
Well, we're in private. We're not in a public place. But I was in Verve this afternoon, and there were people not wearing masks in there. I mean,
Bad
I guess...
people not wearing masks.
What was that?
I said bad people not wearing masks.
Well, I guess their excuse would be, I'm drinking my coffee.
Or I'm vaccinated or whatever.
But still, the mask mandate is regardless of vaccination status.
Yeah,
everybody has to wear a mask.
If somebody is vaccinated, then I'm not going to beat them up too bad.
Yeah, not either.
I'm just not going to go in there. I have a choice to be like, oh, okay.
They were facing the window.
Okay.
In their
Getting
defense.
their germs all over the window.
Yeah. Well, the window's probably vaccinated. In a surprise move, Monday, California state officials announced that the state is instituting a universal indoor mask mandate effective Wednesday, December 15th. That's today. The current mandate will run through January 15th, 2022. So I guess they're getting a jump on Christmas based on what happened at Thanksgiving.
Right.
I just looked at the numbers in Santa Cruz. We're up to like 600 something cases. And at one point we were way down. We were like in the 200s.
No deaths?
I haven't looked at the current.
And they probably don't know if it's Omicron yet.
Yeah, they probably don't. They probably don't. Omicron is still early.
Hey, look, it's going to happen. It's going to go like that. Like people are going to get lax for a minute, and then it's going to come back a little bit. And they're going to be like, "Whoa, we were too lax there. Okay, let's find it." You know, they have to come to like a.
What is this glorified image of normalcy that people are so obsessed with? I mean, I understand. The only thing that bothers me is if, like, a friend goes to the ER and I want to be there to hold their hand. I can't do it because you're not allowed in unless you're like the parent of a child.
I mean, makes sense to me.
I mean, it does make sense, but that's the sucky part for me. Other than that, I really don't care.
Well, and if you're going to die of COVID, you're dying alone anyway, which sucks.
Well, I think they do let one family member in the last minute.
I thought they did it on, like, they had to do it all over.
You know what? If you're dying of COVID, that might be the case.
Yeah.
If you're dying of something else, you might be able to have a family member, like one family member, come in and be with you.
I don't know. Anyway, if you think that's bad, you should see what they're doing in Italy, but we'll get to that in a minute.
We will require universal masking in indoor settings statewide, said State Director of Health and Human Services, Dr. Mark Ghali, noting that the order will cover the roughly 50% of California's population not currently under such a mandate.
Okay. So statewide.
Right.
I don't mind.
I don't either. I never stopped.
Built in the 50s.
We know people are tired and hungry for normalcy. Frankly, I am too, Ghali admitted today. That said, this is a critical time when we have a tool that we know has worked. We're proactively putting this tool of universal indoor masking in public settings in place to ensure we get through a time of joy and hope without a darker cloud of concern and despair. Yeah, January of 2021 was very bad.
Yeah, and there's no reason that it has to be that way again. You know, a lot of people weren't vaccinated back then.
Right, because they didn't have access to it at that time.
The state will also tighten restrictions on unvaccinated people who attend indoor mega events of 1,000 people or more, requiring them to receive a negative COVID test within 1 day of the event. If it's a rapid antigen test or within 2 days of the PCR test, current rules require a test within 72 hours of the event. The state is also recommending but not requiring people who travel to California or return to the state after traveling test for COVID within 3 to 5 days.
Okay, that's where I got confused. Yeah, because that will apply to you because you're going to be coming back before January 15th.
Yeah, but I'm not. I think they mean flying.
Yeah, and it's also a
But
recommendation. It's not a requirement. Yeah.
I'm
Current
driving.
state.
I'll contact trace the shit out of myself.
Well, you're probably going to be around a bunch of old people who are
Probably.
vaccinated,
Or not.
or you're going to be
Or
outdoors.
be outdoors. Snowboarding, hopefully.
Current state guidelines, which are followed by many counties, including Riverside, Orange, and San Diego, say masks are only required indoors at public transit facilities such as airports, healthcare settings, adult and senior care facilities, schools, and correctional facilities, homeless shelters, emergency shelters, and cooling centers. The new order extends the requirement in those counties to movie theaters, retail stores, restaurants, family entertainment centers,
How exciting. Anyway, everywhere.
government offices that serve
Frickin'
the public.
everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know what is
Why
excluded
the
there.
list? If you go outside, it's probably a good idea for you to have a mask with you, even if you don't plan on going in someplace. You should probably just have one on you. I usually have like 2 of them on me. Or if I forget them, I'm like, give me a mask.
Yes, because I keep a ton of them in my car. I'm like mom with tissues when it comes to masks.
Yeah, so I mean, and you're talking about these big cities and stuff. Like here, believe it or not, we live here in California, but we live in like a sleepy beach village.
And it's
on this side of town.
Yeah, and it's especially sleepy this time of year. People
Yeah.
don't want to come here when it's raining, like
Yep.
cold as balls out
It is
there.
cold and rainy. Nice little change. We thought we were going to get a drought. We still may.
We still may. It's
Probably
early
still-
days.
we're probably in a drought.
January will tell.
I don't mind. I like the rain.
I like it.
You should
Getting
see
a little
high tide
tired
right
of it.
down here.
What?
You should see high tide right down here. Beats up on like it comes up on the street. Not the tide, but the waves.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's cool when that happens.
Or when a big giant water funnel that never happens here.
Oh God, I wish I'd seen that. Is that on YouTube?
Maybe. Yeah.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah. Look up the funnel cloud.
We had a-
Anyway,
We had a water tornado a few years ago.
right here, about a quarter mile from here. Look, that compared to this, Italy is making life more uncomfortable for unvaccinated people this holiday season, excluding them from indoor restaurants, theaters, and museums starting Monday to reduce the spread of coronavirus and encourage vaccine skeptics to get their shots. Italian police have been empowered to check whether diners in restaurants or bars have a green health pass, certifying that they are either vaccinated or have recently recovered from the virus. Smartphone applications that verify people's health pass status have been updated to prevent entry into concerts, movies, or performances to those who have merely tested negative in recent days. See, now look, Italy handled it pretty well, right? When it first outbroke.
Yeah, they did. And they got their numbers down. And then it started happening in New York. And New York was just tragic.
So
But
if you think it's bad, this is what they're doing in Italy. And I'm like, that seems slightly, I guess, excessive because it seems like it's like everybody's probably going to have that, because they're on board after the first go round. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys think it's bad here that they just want us to wear masks indoors or get tested for big events and stuff, make sure that you
But that's Italy. They don't have freedom in Italy.
Okay.
There's only freedom in America.
Freedom is slavery.
Strength is weakness.
But yeah, so I mean that might be a little overreach, just having the people denied at the door by like some dude that works there,
I feel sorry for
like
the
a
dude
host.
that works
That's
there.
kind of what a host's job is. They can check that stuff and then.
Well,
seat
at
the
least
people.
they have the government to fall back on. What's really difficult in Santa Cruz is business owners, when there's not a mask mandate, they want to require it in their business because they want to keep their employees and their kids safe.
I'm just saying the way that Italy seemed to handle it pretty good last time. We should probably do what they're doing.
Yeah, well,
Minus
it
the
was
cop
it was
thing.
a hard lesson learned. They
Yeah.
were turning away people at the hospitals,
Hmm.
and people were dying because they couldn't get into the hospital, and that's happening in some places here. But
Yeah, like Michigan.
yeah.
Authorities also imposed requirements that basic health pass, which can be obtained with a negative virus test, must be used to get on local transportation and to check into hotels. Makes sense. But yeah, they don't want to go through this shit.
I just think if we tried to do that here, the bureaucracy, it would just
Well, just
it would
the
take
cops,
so
bringing
long.
the cops into like they would be like, see, it's a government overreach. It's doing that here. Hell, they're talking about mask mandates. It's like, I mean, why not just be like, the businesses here, they didn't need a mask mandate. They were like, the whole time they've been like, please wear a mask.
But that's,
All the
you see
stores
how that's
here.
hard on them though, because
And everybody does.
if there's the people give them shit though. My friend
Well,
worked.
you got Karen's, Aptos Karens.
Well, I have a friend who owns a hair salon, and I've seen them get attitude and have difficulty.
customers?
Yeah, customers who come in and they
Aptos
say,
Karens.
yeah, and they say we need you to wear a mask, and they throw a hissy fit. And it's much easier if they say, well, it's state mandated or it's county mandated,
Yeah.
so that's not our fault. But if they take it upon themselves to say you have to wear a mask, then
I'm surprised
get all
that there's
kinds
that
of
many
shit.
bitchy people here. Most people here, I guess, in my
It
circles.
it only takes a few to ruin your day.
This is why we can't have nice things, people.
Exactly.
Because the Aptos Karens.
Because of the Aptos Karens who almost made the Dick of the Year
Yeah.
finalists.
It was about time that they checked it, said Sarah Ben, Rome commuter, noting the absence of controls on the often packed local transportation throughout the pandemic. So yeah, that's kind of where they fucked up. But it makes sense. Milanese are enjoying the first long weekend of the season, including Tuesday's celebration for the patron saint of St. Ambrose. Patron saint of St. Ambrose. And Wednesday's national holiday, leaving commuter routes more empty than usual, but few checks were evident around the main central station, either for regional trains or local buses. So yeah. So they're just like, if you're coming, they said that if you're coming from outside of Europe, then it's 10 days quarantine. Which I imagine if you're flying there on vacation, or like when Anna goes to visit her parents there, it's like she's there easily for 10 days.
Well, when she goes for a month, but if you have like a 2-week vacation,
Yeah.
10 days, just postpone.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Go to one of the shithole countries.
Where
I hear they're cheap. Your vacation dollar.
or go to the Bahamas.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So, yeah, so they're pissed off about being locked down too, but you know what? They're doing it anyway. So we should follow suit. It seems like. I mean, I don't like being mandatoried by anybody, but I guess it doesn't really bother me that much.
It doesn't bother me that much because I keep thinking of the alternative. I mean, I had the flu back in 1997.
Back in my day.
I had the flu, and that was just the ordinary flu, and it brought me to my knees. I went to
You are.
I was a
weak
pussy.
individual.
I went to urgent care because my body hurt so badly. I thought I had a urinary tract infection, and they said, "Nope, that's just the pain of the flu."
Wow, I didn't know it could be like that. But then
It
again,
was a
I've never had the
bad
flu.
year. It was a really bad flu year, and they gave me codeine.
You might have. She's the reason why we have Corona now. That's what it is. You brought it.
I brought it. Yeah. Well, my point
You
being that I had a much less serious thing wrong with me, and yeah, I don't mind being locked down if it means I don't have to deal with that or worse.
Speaking of that, this segment is brought to you.
When COVID is neutralized, but the zombie apocalypse happens, get your San Juan slingshots.
Surefire every time.
You just need little rocks,
Little rocks.
aim for the eye socket, dead zombie.
These are dope.
And they're quiet. They don't attract other zombies.
I'm gonna have him show me how he makes them. And I'll videotape it.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to see him when you're
I
there?
don't know what kind of wood he uses or how he treats it. I don't
It
know,
feels
I've
like
never
it's
seen
petrified, maybe.
it. It's got to be nearby. I'm gonna be in Colorado.
A week from now, you will be in Colorado
Yeah,
or
you mean-
on your way there.
Or on my way.
So get your San Juan slingshots
Davy Crockett Rowan out there.
in Telluride,
Well, he's right
thereabouts.
San
You
Juan
can
County.
also visit Michael Kennedy.
Yes, right. Hopefully.
Maybe he still has some dicks he could share with you.
That's right. I'll bring him bring him something special. We'll be back in a minute with the fourth segment where it's just nonsense.
Yep,
really.
that's where we
As
cut
if this-
loose.
As if this wasn't enough nonsense.
But we can always get more nonsensical.
I'm the
That's how
motherfucking
we
Jay
roll.
Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
See you guys in a minute. This is Nothing Out Loud.